Hi y'all, it's Kimberly here. Thank you for coming to my channel. Well, today I'm going to talk about some of the Capitol rioters. The U.S. Capitol rioter Robert Rioter, who had previously been charged with 4 misdemeanors. Well, that's changed because some new videos come to light of him being involved in altercations with, physical altercations with police officers. And this was not previously known, and the judge had not considered him to be of committing violent acts at the Capitol. He was just charged with nonviolent acts, and now that has changed. He is now possibly going to be charged with violence or some type of violent crime relating to the altercations on the video. There's a possibility the prosecutors will up the charges to felonies or other more serious crimes. And Wednesday, which was yesterday, August 18th, 2021, he was going to be sentenced, but those videos came to light and that was changed. And his sentencing date has changed to October 8th. It's been rescheduled. And he now faces possibly 2 months in jail, or that's what he was facing for the charges before the video, but that's changed. They're not really sure what will come out of that just yet. He's very defiant. He's not very contrite. He seems to have an attitude that what he did was okay, and that he was doing it in support of his president, which would have been ex-President Trump. And this, is not going to sit well with the prosecutors and the judge. So he's really not doing himself any type of good. And there's several other, or not several, I wouldn't say, there's probably more than a few handfuls of people that are not very contrite or very defiant. There's still some that are holding out that this is what they were doing for their president, and that they were in the right, that they didn't do anything wrong. And this is not gonna bode well for them. They are gonna get a harsher sentence. I really believe that. I believe that appearing before the judge and acknowledging that you did break the law and you did do something wrong in this incident, in the Capitol riot incident, that is going to probably lessen your sentence. But with coming forward with an attitude that you did no wrong and not showing any remorse, of an event where a person died, a police officer died, and another person was shot, Ashley Babbitt, and despite what side they were on, people died at this event, and it was a very serious, it took lives, and it was not being done in a way that was congruent with a protest that's peaceful. There are ways that you can have your say in this country without people having to die for it. And unfortunately, he just has this attitude that he did no wrong. But in the case of Jenna Ryan, the Frisco, Texas real estate broker, who took a private jet, or I guess a private plane really, with a couple of other of her friends, and they went to a Trump rally, and they ended up at the U.S. Capitol, and they ended up participating in the riot in a nonviolent way, but they were there. They were documenting it for their social media accounts. And she put on one of her social media accounts that it was the best day of her life. And she has since changed, that way of thinking. She regrets it. She's made several statements that she, it was not the right thing to do, and I think she really does have some remorse, but I think a lot of it, the remorse is from because she's getting in trouble for the things that she put on social media. She also put on social media that since she had blonde hair, white skin, a great job, and a great future, that she definitely was not going to jail. And that was in response to somebody on Twitter, I think, that was telling her she's going to go to jail and that she committed crimes or whatever. And I think reality has sunk in with her, and she's been experiencing a lot of things from her business and her family. A lot of the factors that I've already mentioned before of how participating in this riot has affected people, and she felt the effects of that. And I do think she is somewhat sincere because of the outcome she didn't get the outcome that she thought, that it would be some, I don't want to say joyous, I don't know really what was in her mind, but now that she's come down to reality, she has, regretted her actions. But I do think a lot of it has to do with that she didn't get the outcome was not to her expectations. But I think she realizes, because she's a professional person, and that she did do something, really stupid in that respect. I think she does. I think she is sincere about that, and the things that have happened, or the feelings that she's had about her family and friends, the way they've thought or expressed, people have expressed to her that I think she said something a while back about how the effects, things that have been said to her and about her, and I think that kind of changed her mind a little bit. And well, she could possibly go to jail because the crime that she committed has a $5,000 fine and up to 6 months in jail. So, that does kind of change people's attitudes, when they realize, this is real and I could really go to jail. And I think, she doesn't have any priors or anything like that. So she's not somebody who has a huge probability of getting a lot of time, but her sentencing has been changed, and I believe it's like November 4th of 2020, and just a couple months, she'll be a little over, maybe a couple months, she'll be resentenced, and, or not resentenced, this will be her sentencing date. The other guy, Robert Rioter, he's going to be resentenced, so, there's 2 more, and there's about 37 guilty pleas approximately that they've already gotten from the rioters that have been charged with the crime and arrested, out of about 575 people. And some of the punishments range from probation to house arrest to prison time. And that's going to be more for the misdemeanors, but the felony sentencing will be greater. There's some people that will probably get several years in prison because of the weapons charges that they've, the ones who brought weapons and the ones who made terroristic threats and stuff like that made very serious statements about trying to breach the doors and get to the Congress people and to do bodily harm or something like that. Those people will be facing more time because that's, it was in a frenzy and it was in a mob type of mentality, and there could have been a lot greater loss of life or harm, physical harm to people who were hiding, the Congress people that were hiding in the I don't remember the Senate chamber, or I don't remember where they were taken off the Congress floor, and they were hidden away in rooms, and the doors were being barricaded, and people were trying to break the doors down, actually break the doors down to get to them, while they were making statements, to do very serious bodily harm and possibly kill people. There were some people there at the U.S. riot, Capitol riot, had made statements about, really, they wanted to kill the vice president. And I don't understand how he doesn't understand, Mike Pence, how he, I don't think he really took it that serious, but there were people that wanted, Republicans that wanted to do away with him, and he still put his support in Trump. But there was a weird relationship between Trump and Pence, because Pence still kind of showed his support for Trump in a way, and he really didn't talk much about, you know, the possibility that he could have lost his life that day. And Trump totally pooped on him. And I don't know. I mean, if somebody was going to do something like that to me, I would not be still supporting them in their corner like the way Pence did. So that was, to me, a little strange. That I would have been more than upset, you know, if my political partner had put me in that position. And I just, that in itself, the dynamic of all that is, I don't know what was going through Pence's mind. That just, to me, I thought when he came out of this, I thought he was going to totally maybe turn the tables on Trump, and he didn't do that. And I was kind of shocked at that. So you never know how people react to things, and I thought that was one of the weirdest things to come out of this Capitol riot, was Pence's reaction, that he really just almost didn't take it serious, you know, like, I mean, there are people being killed outside those doors, and when he came out, he didn't seem to really understand the seriousness of it. I don't know. Okay, well, that's all I have for this video, and thank you for coming to my channel, and I'll be back one of these days again sometime. Thank you so much.